Hey guys, it's Zach here, and I'm debating really hard on this decision, but I don't quite know. So I'll walk you guys through what I've been doing. So I've been looking at used vehicles online, and it's all going to the fact that I don't know if I explained it before, but there's an early buyout on my lease at 6 months that I could do, but it would involve taking that leftover loan and rolling it onto something else. And right now is, well, in about a month or two is when this early buyout's going to happen. And so I could go and probably convince them right now with a little bit of money down, the money that I'd be using to buy like a used vehicle, like I'll talk to you guys about. I could probably go and give it to them and get something else. But I really don't want a loan. I'm kind of done with loans. I kind of just want to drive a beater for a while because I don't have bad credit. I don't know. I think I have good credit. You know, I'm in top tier, which is good, but um I don't really I don't like the fact that, then the bank owns you. I have so many my insurance for my car is 130. The car payment is cheap. It's 250 56 356. You're talking over $400 a month to drive just a nice vehicle when insurance for something really cheap would be, what is it worth? But it's right around tax time, and I always get really nervous around tax time because um, with YouTube it's 1099, so it's not taxed, and um, every year at work I am obviously making more, and this year I'm right up there by the next tax bracket, which is 73.6, I want to say, or something like that. I'm right up there, but I got some deductions. I bought the house, but I'm unsure if I can deduct all the interest from the house or just a portion of it. I don't know yet. This is the first year I'll be able to do it, and my retirement, I can deduct that. That comes off, and there's some other little things that I do as far as deductions go. But I've been looking at these vehicles because I don't want a car payment, and my car is over right now on miles. I got about 7 or 8 months to go, and I got about 6,000 miles. And at over $1,000 miles a month, I'm going to be running over. So I am going to need to get something. I'm just wondering if I should get something now or something after tax time, which, whatever. So, anyways, this is what I found, and it's been on my mind, and I'll talk to you guys about it. No, I want a small pickup truck. I would like it a full size, but then you get into like the 90s, and I don't want to sit there and work on something that old, because I heard that now it's becoming harder and harder to get parts for those. Like early 90s, like a pre-gen 95, what is that, second gen Ford F-150? Or like the old Chevys. So this one is somewhat newer body style, and there's a lot of these made that I was looking at, but it's hard. This is in a town of Little Falls, which is, I think, about an hour away from here. And I should say, I don't really tow a lot. You guys have seen my trailer. I maybe would, I want kind of a small truck to kind of kickstart that whole lawn care business idea. And I want a small truck so that I can put the ice house in it and stuff like that. But I don't really require that it has 2 or 4-wheel drive, because when I had the Tahoe and I had that F-150, The Tahoe had really bad tires on it, and I drove it most of the winter. And I used that four-wheel drive one time, and I think if I would have had good tires, like they were bald, I think if I had good tires, it would have made the difference for that. So I don't really know how much I'd use four-wheel drive for the hassle of it, but I want a truck sits a little higher so I can go up the driveway at the tent a little easier and haul around the occasional thing. But I don't, I have the trailer and I have the canoe and that's it. So I want to say that before you guys kind of look at this and maybe judge it. You got to see it how I see it. But I probably won't get this just because I don't think the time is right. I don't feel like it's right. So I have this thing like blurred out. There we go. There's an autofocus. What the hell is that? So here's this truck I was looking at. This is just a GMC Sonoma. Little rust. Not super amazing. Rust here. I think this is a shadow. But there is a little bit of rust there. But that looks like a shadow. Pretty decent, has 4 matching rims, which is something I always look for. I don't like it when one of the rims don't match, even though it doesn't matter. It just drives up the wall. Little rust there. They've painted it. Doesn't have a tow package, and the bumper looks a little crusty. But for about $100 to $150, I can buy one and put it on here. No bed liner. But the tailgate doesn't look too smashed. Maybe a little dent right there. A little chip or something. Yeah, maybe a little chip right there. Single cab. 223. Which is a little bit high miles. But they're asking $1,000. Oops. I like to crank down windows. The less electronics, the better for me. Honestly, I love crank down windows and vinyl floors because it's just easier, Automatic, I believe that would be a 4L60E. This is kind of the bummer of it. It's a 2.2, so it's a little underpowered. Probably a lot underpowered. Probably really a lot. My car is a 2.0, but this can't be much heavier than that. The gears are what matters, and it doesn't tell me the gearing. 373 or 410 or whatever. But anyways, so half of me wants to really go and look at this vehicle because I know it's been for sale for a while, and I know I could probably get a decent deal on it if I walked in there cash. They were asking $1,500 before, and that was like a couple months ago. I might be able to offer them like $800 and walk out, $1,000 total after the tax and tags and licensing and stuff. But I just don't know. I'll do another search here. I've seen a couple of vehicles that I like, but it's just hard, I don't really know. If you guys know of places to get cars, like this one, Scream and Deal, $200. But the thing is, it needs the rear axle flipped, which I've done that to the trailer, so I can do that here. But why would he flip it in the first place? And then a clutch brake mount. And I don't know what that is. But he's asking $200. It's just hard to find something worth something. What's this one? Little single cab, 6-cylinder, which is cool. Needs an alternator. $800. Stupid ass patch job. Anyways, this is what's sad because I don't know, I think there's times of the year where it just works where you can just get better deals, and now's not really the time. You know, I can get something really old that's like seems nice, but I don't know. You know, here's an 88 Dodge Dakota, 193,000 miles on it. Looks good. You know, looks pretty clean. Looks really clean, but then, you know, a little rust in there. But like, what are the odds of me finding parts for something that's 88, 98, 40 years old? Like 98, 2008, or 30 years old almost, 29. So, I'm torn because I just feel like now is not a good time. And, you know, I asked my dad how much he wants for his truck, but he really wants to keep that thing. And he did kind of say something about selling it, but I think that maybe he wants to sell it for more than what I'd be able to pay for it. So, yeah, that's pretty it. Because I think when I asked him before, he wants like a few thousand or something like that for it, and I just don't have that money to spend. But at the end of the year, what it comes to is that it's a big tax write-off for me. Stuff like that, but I don't know. I just feel like the time is wrong. I don't want to spend money, especially with taxes coming up. Anyways, so that's what I've been going through. I thought I'd explain it to you guys. I've seen quite a few vehicles online, and it just seems like the people I message, they're like, oh yeah, runs and drives great. And then I message them it, and they're like, well, it needs a starter, and, you know, and it needs new brakes. And I can do brakes, but like, you know, I don't know. I gotta drive to see these things, and then, you know, everybody says, oh, it runs great, it runs great. I don't know. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. Or if you guys have any vehicles or something, let me know, because I honestly am kind of striking out. I need something to drive to keep the miles off the car. I need something a little more utilitarian so that I can get stuff done around here. I do not have a huge budget though. So, well, let me know, guys.